Did you know that as of late 2025, buy now, pay later loans can affect US credit scores? That's making shoppers think twice before using BNPL at checkout. But letting customers pay over time is still great for conversions, especially on big ticket items. So what's the alternative? Payment plans. Let customers opt into a schedule and pay over time. You can then hold off shipping until the order's paid in full. So no third-party lenders, no credit risk for the customer. And today we're introducing a new app just for this, Payment Plans by Pre-Product. It does it all natively through Shopify Payments. The customer's card is saved securely at checkout, and future installments are charged automatically. So there's no BNPL partner, everything stays inside your Shopify. Let's jump into a quick demo and I'll show you how it works. Cool, so this is the App Store page, nothing you haven't seen before, and we've got a commission only plan. Yeah, you don't have to pay anything up front. You'll only pay us if you make money through it, the app. And I've got it installed on this test store. Big thing to say up front is this is a Shopify Plus only app. That's not something that we've done for some strategic reason. Just the APIs that we use from Shopify, they're only available to Shopify Plus stores. Cool, so let's quickly set this up, add payment plans widget. This should all be done, but I'm just going to quickly show you because there's a couple of options. Cool, payment plans option just down there. We've already got it up here, so I'm just going to delete that. Great. Then if we click on this, we get all the settings so we can make sure visually this stays on brand and everything. So padding, text, copy, everything like that. Cool. Add the payment plans to your customer accounts page. That's much the same, just totally on a widget once you click the link. Review your refunds and shipping settings. Let's have a look at that. So maximum retry attempts for failed charges. That's much it sounds when we automatically try these installments. So it could be weekly, monthly, daily. If an installment fails, how many times should be retried and what delay should it have before retrying? Then we've got some refund settings because if someone's mid-payment plan, you might want to make that non-refundable. You may want to refund all of it. And we also have some auto cancellation features coming up as well. Cool. And then we should be pretty much ready to set up a plan. So create your first payment plan. Cool. We've got a couple of settings here, and I might make this a little bit bigger so we get a preview. This is just the name that will be shown by Shopify at checkout. Maximum number of installments. These payment plans are much more flexible than your standard kind of 4-installment Klarna Afterpay equivalent. So the way it works is you set the maximum number of installments a customer is allowed to choose from, and they may choose 3 installments, 5 installments, all the way up to 10. And obviously that impacts how and when you get the money. So if this is a maximum of 10 installments and we make it monthly instead of, say, weekly, it'll be 10 months until the actual product's sold off and ready to ship. So these are all kind of things that you can play around with so that it suits your back of house and your kind of aims as a company. Down payment, probably just stick with auto. So this is the amount that the customer is charged at checkout. By default, it's just the amount of their first installment, but you can change that. And then a discount, again, just like it sounds. Great. So let's click save. And now what we get down here is eligibility. So there's 2 ways to make products show payment plans. You can add products explicitly, or you can add rules. And rules can be like, depend on titles, tags, vendor, that kind of thing. And then you can do things like equals, includes, so let's test. And then you can stack rules together. So you can add another rule and it will say It's always and when a product's title equals such and their tags include this, then make them eligible. We're not going to do that today. So what we're going to do is just explicitly add products and browse. And let's add the Blurpool snowboard. Cool. And let's click save, publish, and we can see it's initializing sync. The reason it has a little initializing sync is it might need to loop through your entire catalog if you're doing a more rules-based approach. We're just doing a Blurpool snowboard, so it's already figured that out. Now let me resize the window a bit and we'll quickly look at a product admin before jumping into the customer experience. So it was Blurpool snowboard. And I've got a couple of tests down there, but this is the one that we want, 8th of April. And you can see there's a purchase option for every single combination of 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. That's just how it should be. Great. And then if we flick over to the product page and refresh, you'll see that the default payment plans widget is there and it will show buy now selected normally. So the customer always has to opt into using the payment plan. And let's just do exactly that. And we can see if we pay over, let's see, 5 installments, it'll be $125.99 for each installment. Great. And let's get rid of this bar. Cool, 5 installments of $125.99. Great, let's check that out. Should mention this first installment is always precisely what the fraction of the total price would be. Subsequent installments will get shipping added onto them if there is shipping. So it'll be a little bit more than that, but you can have payment plans within orders that contain non-payment plan products. So there is a little bit of maths there, but that's the way that happens. And now let's look at what these payment plans actually look like once they're in both Shopify and also the app. So I made a couple earlier, and we can see customer plans. And if we go into this one, we can see the amount that they've paid plus tax and shipping. We can see the upcoming charges. Let's go to one where they paid a little bit more, I think. Okay, great. So yeah, you can see each installment, when it was charged, plus tax and shipping, and then we can see the upcoming installment towards the end of the month. There's one coming. Then we've got an activity feed, and that is pretty much like you'd expect it to be. And then we've got our next charge up there and due, and if there's any issues charging. So let's quickly look that up, and I think we can just click this to get to it in Shopify. So you'll see you get a couple line item properties like this underscore plan installments, as well as customer facing ones without underscores. Down here, every time their card is charged, you'll see a event there. Card that's on file with Shopify has been charged for that specific amount. And we can also see that a payment plan tag has been added, just in case you want to show anything special in your Shopify theme. So that is how that works. And then as soon as the payment plan has been paid off, it will flick from on hold to unfulfilled and partially paid to paid. And what that does is it tells your 3PL, your fulfillment process, your staff, that this order is now ready to fulfill because it's paid off. So that is payment plans. If you're a Shopify Plus merchant and you want to offer pay over time payment plans without handing margin over to a buy now, pay later provider, this app lets you do it natively through Shopify Payments. And like I mentioned earlier, the app is free to install with a commission-only plan. And we also have a flat monthly plan if you'd rather skip the commission. I'll include a link in the description below to get started. And other than that, I hope that was helpful and have a great week. Cheers.